Okay, so today I'm going to be in honor of the upcoming 80th anniversary of the film The Wizard of Oz this year. I will be reviewing the, the Wizard of Oz, the book by L. Frank Baum. And this is obviously, this copy I have right here, obviously not a first edition. This is a later edition. I think this was like from like 1990, 1991, somewhere like in the 90s. But this is my copy is complete and unabridged. So I guess that means it's the whole story. There's nothing cut out. Um, I would say this book is really, really good. If you like the movie, I think you'll like the book at least maybe equally good or possibly even better. I know that I really enjoyed the book, and the movie is like one of my favorite movies of all time, and this is like my favorite book ever. So, although I would recommend this to pretty much anyone who is a fan of the movie, even though this is a lot different from the movie, and like there's a lot of changes in this between the book and the movie. Like for instance, the probably most famous change is that in this book or in the book, it's the slip the shoes that Dorothy gets from the Wicked Witch of the East. Well, technically she gets them. Well, her house of course lands on the Wicked Witch of the East, and then the Good Witch of the North says that the shoes are hard to wear. And in the book they're silver, but in the movie, of course, they're ruby slippers. So so that's a change, and I will warn this it even though this is a considered a kid's book, I wouldn't let small children read it. I would probably recommend being at least 10, but the actual age I would recommend would probably be like around 11 or 12 or even older, because there is you're probably thinking, what could there possibly in the Wizard of Oz that would require kind of a little bit older audience? But there's not really much in it. That's the reason why. But there is some violent parts. Like for instance, there's a part. Now I don't mean to spoil anything, but this is just for the sake of the review. I'm giving out this warning. There is some scenes of decapitation, like heads being cut off. If you're not familiar with what decapitation means, so it basically there's a couple parts where there's actually two I know of where the Tin Man takes his axe and cut off some creature's head. One is when they meet with the field mice for the first time, and the Tin Man chops off the head of a cat that's trying to catch and eat the field mice. And the other time is when they're searching for the castle of the Wicked Witch of the West, and the Wicked Witch of the West sends out a pack of 40 wolves, and the Tin Man kills them by cutting off their heads with his axe. So that's why I say if you're gonna give this to a child, maybe not give it to like a 6 or to, let them be like at least maybe 12 or 13 or something when they're a little bit probably more sure, just whenever you think they're ready to handle that. I mean, my recommendation be at least between 12 or up. You know, I was about 16 when I first read this, and it never really bothered me. And I, but I will say there is, but the good thing about it, about even though there's decapitations in it, um, there's no actual blood description. But I guess if you want to, you can think that there might be, because when you chop off your head, there's obviously going to be blood, but there's no actual blood described. So that's a good thing. So another thing of violence in the film is after they defeat, or this Tin Man defeats the wolves, the Wicked Witch of the West sends out a a flock of crows, and the scarecrow kills them by basically turning their necks until their neck pops and breaks and they die. And how it's described in the book that he took them in his hands and twisted their heads until they died. So, so that's a little bit of violence, and also one of the more scarier moments in the book. Probably another reason why I would suggest it being a little bit older kid, maybe about at least about 12, is because of the fact that there's just one part where they come across a a cavern a ca- a cavern. I'm not sure if I pronounced that right. Just if I didn't, I'm sorry. But but previously they had passed one. The lion was able to get them all across by let, sitting on their by sitting on top of his back and jumping across. But this one was too wide for them to cross. So the Tin Man chops down a tree, and they start to cross, and they have to take it slow and everything. And they get about halfway across, and they get attacked by these creatures called, I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right, but Kladicas or something. Well, yeah, they're like half bear and half tiger creatures, and that might sound kind of scary to smaller children. So that's kind of the reason why I would. That's another reason why I would recommend it to maybe an older child, like maybe 12, 13, or older than that. So and the only other really dangerous and scary scene that I can think of is the fact that there's a part where the lion faced off with this terrible creature that looks like a big spider, and um, so and he basically just bites it in the neck, and then it dies. So, but I will say this again. not this again, but this that in this book, the another change to the book is the fact that the wizard appears to each member of Dorothy's party, one member at a time, and he appears differently each time. And he only appears as the big head, as Dorothy. Um, and that's about all I say about that. So would I recommend this to anyone who's watching the movie? Yes, I would. Would I recommend this to reading to having your kid read it? Probably, but I recommend the age of at least 12 or up. I mean, you can be the judge. I mean, it's your kid, so you probably know more about what they can handle, what they can't. So, but if it, but if you're all gonna read this to a young kid, I would just recommend just probably getting a um storybook version that would probably have, for one thing, that would be just less to read, and also it would probably have a lot of the more violent scenes cut out altogether. So anyhow, so it's a really good book. So this is what my cover looks like one more time. And this book is from L. Frank Baum, and that's my thoughts of it, and that's my review.